Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 13th of September 2023 and unfortunately guys, the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market is exactly the same. Now there is a massive news that is circulating in the cryptocurrency world and that has to do with the hack on an exchange called as CoinEX and looks like they've already lost more than $27.8 million. And what is really scary and sad is that the CoinEX team have not made any official announcement via Twitter or any of the social media channel. Definitely not ideal. And guys, in today's episode, we'll also go ahead and discuss a brilliant partnership, and that is to do with PayPal and MetaMask. And because of this partnership, looks like you'll be able to sell your cryptocurrency, so definitely positive news. And just few days ago, guys, I actually talked about MetaMask, where they were connected to fiat currencies, but at this point of time, it is definitely not available in UAE. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what the news between PayPal and MetaMask is. And the next news, guys, that I'll discuss has to do with Global Crypto Adoption Index, and this report has been published by Chainalysis, so we'll definitely go ahead and explore that news. And guys, since 2022, artificial intelligence has definitely gained a lot of momentum, particularly in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world, isn't it? And the news that is circulating right now is that Security and Exchange Commission in US is also using artificial intelligence for surveillance. Definitely, why not, isn't it? Because it is an absolutely brilliant tool. And as long as it helps, I think everyone should definitely go ahead and use it. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. And guys, listen, 2023 is definitely not turning out to be the best year for Binance. And in today's episode, once again, we have some negative news. And unfortunately, that has to do with Binance US. And looks like approximately 1/3 of their staff have been made redundant as well. So definitely not looking good for Binance. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'm also going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, has to do with crowdfunding platform and looks like they are tokenizing it using blockchain technology. So the news essentially is that Toko and Virtue Zone have signed collaboration to launch Dubai's first tokenized equity crowdfunding platform. So definitely positive news, I guess. And the second news, guys, has to do with artificial intelligence and they are merging it with green finance. And the news is that UAE is announcing initiative to boost artificial intelligence and even blockchain and green finance. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore what that news is all about. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. So let's kickstart with today's episode. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8 and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing, if you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Shalhoub Group, a luxury retail and distributor which is headquartered in Dubai, are getting into the NFT game. And here's the deal guys, they are not just getting into the NFT and metaverse space, they are going to be shaping the NFT, metaverse and Web 3.0 space, which I believe is excellent not just for Dubai and UAE, but also for the global cryptocurrency community as well. And guys, Shalhoub Group's Web 3.0 sneaker brand called Soulmates revealed their first NFT collection on the 12th of April. Now what is really interesting is that it's called as Soulmates, so it's spelled as S for sugar, O for orange, L for Larry. Now instead of E, they've replaced it with Web3, and it is the number 3, mates.xyz. And guys, listen, Shalhoub Group has over half a century's worth of experience in luxury goods, and them getting into the NFT space is a massive deal. Now if you're a sneakerhead, you definitely need to check out soulmates.xyz. And once again guys, the number is 3 instead of an E. It has all the information, and in the show notes below you'll get all the information. And listen guys, if you want to be an early adopter, you can also pre-mint it at www.premint.xyz/soulmates. So definitely check it out. And they have a Discord community as well. And guys, Nick, who is the head of corporate innovation at Shalhoub Group and also the co-founder of Soulmates, has a WhatsApp group where he constantly provides updates in the area of NFTs, Metaverse and Web 3.0. So guys, check out soulmates.xyz and be part of the Soulmates OG NFT that is definitely going to shape the industry. Next, listen guys, there are 3 things I'm absolutely passionate about. One is death metal, ice cold beer, and the third one is extreme sports, and that is Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder guys is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition. It's essentially a community that is built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles, where stepping outside of your comfort zone is the actual reward. And my big question is guys, when was the last time you did something wild for the very first time? Now listen guys, Tough Mudder Arabia has a formidable team, and one of the events does actually take place on the 14th of October. And Tough Mudder Arabia guys is putting across a series of events this year and next year. And the first big event take place on Fujairah Adventure Park on the 14th of October. So look at the show notes below, you'll find the registration link. And if you're someone who is in Dubai, there are 2 days of back-to-back Tough Mudder events as well that takes place on the 11th and the 12th of November at the iconic Jebel Ali race. And finally guys, in the second quarter of 2024, there's a massive event taking place in Ras Al Khaimah, and that takes place on the 20th of April 2024. Now listen guys, if you want a season pass, it is at a discounted price. So look at the show notes below for the discounted price. And guess what guys, they have 2 different distances as well, 5 kilometers and 10 kilometers. And if you have kids, get your kids along. So check out the show notes below to find out more information regarding Tough Mudder Arabia. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since we've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. And unfortunately, guys, the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market is definitely not looking good. If you look at the global cryptocurrency market, as of today, 13th of September, it is at $1.03 trillion. And since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 0.42%. The total cryptocurrency market volume over the last 24 hours, guys, is only at $31.14 billion, and looks like because of the hack on CoinEX exchange, the volume has gone down by 16.24%. Definitely not ideal. And guys, the scariest metric for today is that the volume of DeFi, it is less than $2 billion, and as of today, it is at $1.88 billion. And in today's episode, guys, we'll take a deep dive into the total value locked of DeFi protocols, because unfortunately, guys, the total value locked is only at $37.11 billion, and leading the race is Lido, and its total value locked is $13.79 billion. Now, MakerDAO is number 2nd so far as total value locked is concerned, and it is only at $4.87 billion. Now, mind you, guys, before Ethereum moving on from proof of work to proof of stake, so far as total value locked is concerned, MakerDAO used to always be dominating. But ever since Ethereum transitioned from proof of work to proof of stake, Lido is definitely leading the pack. Now, the number 3rd protocol so far as total value locked is concerned is Aave, and the total value locked is $4.47 billion. The number 4th, guys, to be honest, I've seen it for the very first time. It is called as JustLend, and the total value locked is $3.69 billion. And finally, Uniswap at $3.17 billion. Now, to be honest, guys, today for the very first time, 2 days back-to-back, I've seen decentralized exchange dominance well over 20%. So listen to this, guys. What I really think since the last 48 hours or so, a lot of volume is going on in decentralized exchange. And because of the recent hack which happened in CoinEX, I do have this feeling that people are using decentralized exchange to go ahead and convert some of your funds. What are your thoughts, guys? That's exactly what I'm thinking at. Because on an average given day, decentralized exchange to centralized exchange dominance used to be somewhere in the higher end of a single-digit figure. So around, say, let's say 8% or 12%, or in certain cases, maybe even 2 digits at 12%. But on the 12th of September and 13th of September, for the very first time back-to-back, it is well over 20%. And to be honest, guys, I'm definitely liking this number. It is at 20.65%. And I've said this several times in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, guys. The moment decentralized exchange dominance to centralized exchange is roughly around the 40% mark, that would actually mean that people are using distributed protocols and even decentralized exchange, and that, to be honest, is an absolutely brilliant sign. Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchange, because to be honest guys, Uniswap is clearly an outlier. And so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, it is a little shy of $1 billion, and it is at $926.12 million. PancakeSwap is number second. It is at $294.29 million. Core Finance is at $187.09 million. Dodo is at $171.12 million, guys. And finally, WX Network, and the volume in terms of dollar amount is $156.41 million. Now look guys, when you talk about decentralized exchange, one of the reasons why the volume is ridiculously low, let's say in comparison to centralized exchange, is only because of the customer service experience, isn't it? And this, to be honest guys, is kind of like a conundrum, right? Because when you talk about distributed nature or decentralized nature, who goes and takes the onus of offering better customer service? Because in case of a centralized entity, you can have customer service. There will be a centralized entity who will be focusing on making user experience better, and granted, they will definitely be charging fees for that. But when you talk about user experience, that is what would actually drive adoption. And it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if we do find a 100% decentralized or distributed exchange which somehow, someway magically offers a much better user experience, and they also offer customer service and maybe even chargebacks as well. I doubt that thing would happen, guys. And even if it does, there might be some kind of compromise, and that is where the whole blockchain trilemma kicks in. Now guys, let's quickly look at the numbers of stablecoins, because unfortunately guys, once again the volume is ridiculously low, and stablecoins today is accounting for 93.81%, and so far as the volume is concerned, it is at $29.22 billion, and out of this $29.22 billion, Tether USDT is accounting for $23.36 billion, Circle USDC's volume is $3.72 billion, and Binance BUSD's volume, guys, is currently number 3rd. And since the last 7 days, guys, True USD used to be number 3rd, but looks like Binance BUSD's volume has definitely overtaken that. But if you look at the volume, guys, it is well below the $1 billion mark. It is only at $684 million. Now, guys, let's quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume, and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because Bitcoin's dominance has definitely picked up pace, and right now it is at 49.10%, whereas Ethereum's dominance, guys, is relatively the same at 18.50%. And so far as the market cap is concerned, Bitcoin's market cap has gradually improved, and currently it is at $504 billion. But if you look at the market cap of Ethereum, guys, it is not doing good at all. It is well below the $200 billion mark. As a matter of fact, it is at $190.4 billion. So it's going to be really interesting to see when Ethereum touches the $200 billion mark. Hopefully news regarding Ethereum ETF is actually picked up by mainstream media, and that would actually pump the price of Ethereum. Now, so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, guys, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume since the last 24 hours has definitely increased, and it is at $15.9 billion. So what I'll be really curious to check, guys, is what is going on in Uniswap, and what is going on so far as the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin is concerned, because it looks like a lot of people are actually using Uniswap in order to go ahead and buy Bitcoin. Now, if you look at the volume of Ethereum, it is at $5.58 billion. Now, guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let's quickly run through a protocol called as Phantom. And to be honest, guys, I might have covered this in the recent past. So in today's episode, let me just quickly run through it once again and try to give out a different explanation. Now, so far as Phantom is concerned, Phantom is a blockchain platform that is designed to enable smart contracts and decentralized application, and it aims to provide more efficient and secure environment for these applications to run. And Phantom, guys, was created by South Korean computer scientist, that is Dr. An Byung, and the current CEO is Michael Kong, and the team actually comprises of experts in blockchain technology, including engineers, scientists, researchers, designers, and entrepreneurs, and distributed worldwide as well. So what is it that makes Phantom unique? Now, Phantom, guys, uses a unique consensus mechanism called as Lachesis, and this mechanism promises three things: that is high transaction capacity, and they claim it can handle a large amount of transactions. And the second thing that they promise is 2-second transaction finalization, and transactions, guys, are confirmed very, very quickly. And finally, they also focus on improved security, and Phantom, guys, is designed to be more secure than traditional proof-of-stake algorithms. Now, so far as compatibility is concerned, Phantom aims to be compatible with various transaction networks worldwide, making it appealing to developable decentralized solutions. Now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, roughly in 2018 or 2019, Phantom did make quite a lot of partnership with Dubai government. I'm trying to recollect what that partnership is, but if you're someone in Dubai or UAE, definitely check out partnership of Phantom with the UAE government. Now, so far as the token is concerned, the token is called as FTM, and it is the native cryptocurrency of Phantom, and it serves different purposes. It kind of works like the backbone of transaction, and FTM, that is its token, is used for conducting transactions on the Phantom network, and you can also use it to collect fees, and it is used to pay fees for network usage. And finally guys, you can also use for staking, and users can stake FTM to secure the network and earn rewards. And there are also different versions of FTM or Phantom token, which includes the ERC20 token, and they also have BEP2, which is compatible with Binance Chain, and Phantom's native token called as Opera as well. And the total supply of FTM is at 3.17 billion tokens, with over 2 billions currently in circulation. And a portion of the supply, guys, is actually reserved for staking rewards to incentivize users to participate in the network security. As I mentioned earlier, guys, it is using a consensus mechanism called as legacies, which is an example of asynchronized Byzantine fault tolerance, also called as ABFT. And this mechanism helps prevent low-cost attack, and staking FTM tokens adds a layer of security by involving users in network validation and maintenance as well. And if you do want to go out and buy some FTM, I'm pretty much sure it is available in Binance, Gate.io, even on OKEX, and quite a lot of other exchanges. But there definitely will be available in quite a lot of exchanges in Korea as well. And it's important to note, guys, that the FTM exists on different blockchain protocols, that is ERC20 token, even on Binance and Phantom's Opera blockchain as well. So you need to make sure that you're using the correct version for specific purposes. So essentially, guys, in summary, Phantom is a blockchain platform that focuses on fast and secure smart contracts and decentralized applications, and its native token called as FTM plays a crucial role in network transactions, fees, staking, and security. And the platform's unique consensus mechanism sets it apart from offering high capacity and rapid transaction confirmation. Now this thing all sounds great, guys, but it's really critical to understand the whole blockchain trilemma problem, that is security, scalability, and centralization, and make sure that they don't compromise in either one of those. Now guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, is well below the $26,000 mark. It is at $25,906. Now since the last 24 hours though, it is marginally gone up by 0.76%, but since the last 7 days, it is marginally up by 0.57%. Now look guys, there is massive news circulating regarding Bitcoin, and one of PayPal's co-founder, that is David Marcus, who at one point of time was a founder of Libra project, that is a stablecoin that was ideally supposed to be used by Facebook that did not materialize. He has said some positive things, but at the same time you can look at it as a negative thing regarding Bitcoin as well. Now what he actually said is that people won't use Bitcoin to buy things. Now it's important to note, guys, that David Marcus is definitely a massive advocate of Bitcoin, and as a matter of fact, he's actively working on Lightning Network. And few days ago in my Crypto and Coffee Day podcast, I did actually mention that he's facing quite a lot of struggles and challenges in working with Lightning Network. Now what he actually said does make a lot of sense, because people, to be honest guys, won't be using Bitcoin to buy things, isn't it? Because the price of Bitcoin is fluctuating, why would you want to spend Bitcoin, let's say, to buy regular things? You would rather want to hodl it or hold it for a long time. Now what David Marcus feels is that Bitcoin's potential would be best suited to act as a global payment network through its Lightning Network, and Lightning Network, guys, aims to make transactions faster and cheaper. And according to him, guys, the goal of Bitcoin is hardly to create a universal protocol for money on the internet, with fiat currencies being transferred over the network. And to be honest, guys, Marcus's views aligns with those of Strike CEO, that is Jack Mallers. And Jack Mallers, guys, is the guy who actually made Bitcoin legal tender in El Salvador. So when you talk about El Salvador making Bitcoin a legal tender, the ideal terminology would be that El Salvador is actually using Lightning Network more than anything else. Now let's quickly look at some numbers for Ethereum, because the price of Ethereum is $1,585, and since the last 24 hours it is marginally up by 0.42%, but since the last 7 days it is down by 2.77%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is not doing good at all, and there is a very high possibility it might go below the $200 mark, because yesterday's episode I talked quite a lot of negative news. And in today's news, we also have some unfortunate news, and that is to do with Binance US. But at the moment, the price is $209, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.42%. But since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.04%. Now look, guys, in the cryptocurrency world, another hack has actually taken place, and that hack has to do with cryptocurrency exchange called CoinEX. And CoinEX, guys, is suspected of being hacked, and so far it is on Ethereum, Tron, and Polygon. And here's the thing, guys, their hot wallets have lost more than $27.8 million, Now what is a bit strange is this news is actually published via Twitter, and Colin Wu, whose actual username via Twitter or X is Wu Blockchain, did actually go out and give out more details. What he did actually mention in his tweet is that the exchange has experienced a staggering depletion of its ETH holding, with almost 5,000 Ethereum mysteriously vanishing within a single hour, and a total loss of approximately 40,000 Ether since May. And as a result, guys, CoinEx's Ethereum source now stands at literally zero. Now what is a bit scary and sad and extremely strange is that there is absolutely no official announcement via CoinEx. Now listen guys, if you're someone who has funds in CoinEx, you definitely should be worried and you definitely need to check it out, because unfortunately guys, not your keys, not your crypto, and if there is a hack, unfortunately because of the whole distributed nature of cryptocurrencies, your funds might be completely lost. So definitely go onto Twitter and try to follow Wu Blockchain. And Wu Blockchain, guys, is managed by Colin Wu, who's I believe a cryptocurrency journalist all the way from China. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding PayPal and MetaMask. And to be honest guys, PayPal has been making quite a lot of news in 2023, isn't it? Now the news is that PayPal now enables US users to sell cryptocurrencies via MetaMask, and the official news is actually published via PayPal's website as well. And PayPal is now increasing access to digital currencies by simplifying hot wallets. Decentralized apps and NFT marketplaces can be enabled to the customers to buy and sell supported crypto in the United States. Now mind you guys, this is not available to all the states. I'm pretty much sure this is not available to democratic states or most of the democratic states. And what is even beautiful is that they are doing this through integration with PayPal on and off ramps. And PayPal on and off ramp, guys, is now available to wallets, decentralized apps and NFT marketplaces, and is also currently live via MetaMask. And listen to this guys, once this is fully integrated, Web3 merchants can help grow the user base by connecting to PayPal's fast and seamless payment experiences, which is actually trusted by millions of people worldwide, while at the same time leveraging PayPal's robust security controls and tools for fraud management, chargebacks and disputes. Now it's important to note guys that PayPal previously launched on-ramps to enable US consumers to directly buy crypto with PayPal through the integration with MetaMask and also with Ledger, and I definitely covered this in my Crypto and Coffee Date podcast. Now what is beautiful about this news is that by ordering off-ramps, crypto wallet users in US can actually convert their crypto to USD directly from the bank wallets into the PayPal balance, so they can shop, send, save money, or even transfer to the bank account or debit card if needed. And guys, listen, if you're a merchant, particularly in US, what I would really recommend you to do is look at the show notes below, because they've also provided a link where they can actually help merchants. And I'm pretty much sure, based on the feedback that they get from the customers and merchants in US, they will be implementing the same thing in Europe and most likely in UAE as well. So definitely positive news. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and this is essentially a report which is published by Chainalysis, and it is called as Global Crypto Adoption Index. And what that report states is that the Central and South Asian countries are leading the way in grassroots crypto adoption, and countries like India, Nigeria and Thailand are ranked as the top 3 countries in Chainalysis report. And the report is called as 2023 Global Crypto Adoption Index. And what is a bit surprising and strange in that report is that lower middle income nationals did actually lead the way in grassroots adoption of cryptocurrencies. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, let's say if you're into data analytics and trying to do some research, definitely check it out. And what that report also states, that even in the midst of protracted bear market, there is an increasing momentum in the adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutions based in high-income countries. So definitely really critical information. And one thing which stood out for me in that report is that P2P trade volumes make a significant percentage of cryptocurrency activity in emerging markets. So definitely a really interesting report. Now guys, let's discuss some news, and this has to do with Security and Exchange Commission using artificial intelligence. So the news essentially is that the US Security and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler testified on September 12th in a Senate oversight hearing that his agency was currently using artificial intelligence, and rightly so as well, isn't it? And they're using artificial intelligence to monitor financial sector for signs of fraud and manipulation. And look, as we're aggressively moving into a world where artificial intelligence is making quite a lot of decisions, I can only imagine what artificial intelligence might be able to do, let's say 2 decades from now. It's going to be absolutely crazy, scary, but at the same time, definitely crucial as well. Now guys, let's discuss some negative news, and this is to do with Binance US. And unfortunately, 2023 is definitely not looking the best year for Binance, and this news has to do with Binance US, and the news is that Binance US cuts one-third of its staff, and even the CEO Brian Schroeder has actually left Binance. Now, if you do want to find out more information, Cointelegraph has actually published this article, and what that article states that Binance US, which is one arm of the cryptocurrency giant, has actually cut one-third of its staff, or roughly around 100 positions, and even its president and CEO Brian Schroeder has departed the firm. And this, to be honest guys, is an absolute dangerous sign, not just for cryptocurrency exchange, not just for Binance, but for the entire cryptocurrency industry as well. So definitely unfortunate news. Now what I think is guys is this, because FTX went completely belly up, and that had something to do with CZ's tweet, that might be the reason why the left-leaning administration and FTX's donation to left-leaning politicians, because of that, they're aggressively going after Binance. And unfortunately guys, the left-leaning administration is absolutely dangerous and scary at this point of time. So definitely not ideal and absolutely scary, not just for Binance, but for the entire cryptocurrency industry as well. Now guys, let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is Toko and VirtuZone have signed collaboration to launch Dubai's first tokenized equity crowdfunding platform. So let me go ahead and give out some more information, because this partnership aims to enhance financial innovation in Dubai. And Toko guys holds a virtual asset service provider license from VARA, that is Dubai's Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, and Toko specializes in creating data-rich tokens representing fractional interest in the real-world assets. And this partnership with VirtuZone will transform early-stage private equity fundraising using blockchain technology, and this transformation promises increased transparency, accessibility, and opportunities for investors and business. And Scott Thiel, who is the managing director of Toko, emphasizes the importance of regulatory compliance and technology in reshaping asset management, and tokenizing early equity offerings will open access to a broader range of investors, including individuals and institutions. And the partnership leverages VARA's regulatory framework to facilitate early equity fundraising for SME-sized companies. And Neil Page, who is the chairman of VirtuZone, sees this collaboration as a way to support entrepreneurs, startups, and SMEs. And the goal, guys, is to make Dubai an attractive destination for startups, entrepreneurs, angel investors, and venture capitalists. And what I really liked about this news, guys, is that the partnership aligns with UAE's national entrepreneurship agenda to foster unicorn companies by 2031. So listen, guys, if you're a startup and looking for funding, you definitely need to check out this news. And guys, the collaboration represents a significant step in Dubai's financial innovation landscape, and tokenized early equity fund offering empower businesses and offer new opportunities for investors as well. And DLP Piper is a global law firm that is currently working with Toko to leverage distributed ledger technology. And Toko, guys, provides a platform for creating new markets using distributed ledger technology, or DLT. And VirtuZone is UAE's largest company formation specialist, offering a range of corporate services. And VirtuZone, guys, is part of Virtu Group, which includes various entities like accounting, real estate, and residence by investment program as well. So definitely positive news. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and the news is that the United Arab Emirates announces an initiative to boost artificial intelligence and blockchain and green finance. So I'm going to go ahead and read out what that news is all about, because the UAE, guys, is launching an initiative, and this initiative, guys, to be honest, will definitely boost technology solution for green finance and combat climate change as well. And the initiative involves collaboration between the UAE Central Bank, Bank of International Settlement, Emirates Institute of Finance, and COP28 Presidency. And it is known as COP28 UAE Tech Sprint, and it is launched ahead of the UN Climate Summit. And the program, guys, aims to encourage global innovators to use technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain, Internet of Things, and sensor for sustainable finance challenges. And Dr. Sultan Al-Jaber, COP28 President Designate, emphasizes the importance of accessible and affordable finance in addressing climate change. And climate financing, guys, is a key focus leading up to COP28, which is scheduled at Dubai Expo City from November 30th to December 12th. And guys, it's important to note that private finance flows need to increase significantly to meet the $2.4 trillion annual investment required by 2030 for climate change in emerging markets, and $150 trillion in investment in renewable energy solutions is needed to limit global warming to below 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2050. And global investment in energy transition technologies reached $1.3 trillion in 2022, but here's the interesting thing, guys, it must quadruple to stay at 1.5 degrees Celsius pathway. and the Tech Sprint initiative focuses on artificial intelligence solutions for sustainable financing report, blockchain solutions for transparency, Internet of Things, sensory technology for informed assessments, and Khalid Balama, governor of the UAE Central Bank, highlighted the partnership of COP28 UAE and Bank of International Settlement in launching the initiative. And if you're a developer, guys, developers can submit solutions for sustainable financing reporting, blockchain auditing, transparency and Internet of Things, sensor technology for impact assessment, and quite a lot of other. And guys, you'll be handsomely rewarded for it as well, and shortlisted participants may receive a stipend of 45,000 dirhams, which is roughly around $12,253, to further develop the solution. And an independent panel of experts will select the winners in each category, and winners, guys, will be announced on COP28 and may receive a reward of 220,000 dirhams. And Augustin Carson, Bank of International Settlement General Manager, underscores the urgency of combating climate change and the need for financial certainty, and technologies facilitating the measurement and disclosure of climate-related information are considered part of the solution. The initiative aims to address climate challenges and promote sustainable finance through technological innovation. So definitely positive news, I guess. So that's about all, guys, from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Hill who asks, is PayPal getting fully into cryptocurrencies? Now look, Hill, PayPal definitely realized the power and the importance of cryptocurrency, and a few days ago I actually mentioned that Brian Armstrong, who's the CEO of Coinbase, did actually state that the number of people having cryptocurrency in US is definitely surpassed the number of people having electric vehicles, and because of that, looks like a lot of the companies are definitely trying to be part of the cryptocurrency industry, and they definitely want to be advocates of cryptocurrency industry. And to answer your question, yes, PayPal is definitely getting heavily into cryptocurrencies. Now mind you, when they actually started cryptocurrencies, they were definitely not a massive advocate of cryptocurrencies, because to be honest, this will actually end their business as well, isn't it? But one trend which I'm observing in 2023 is PayPal is heavily getting into stable coins. They're making partnership left and right, and the partnership with MetaMask is absolutely brilliant. And MetaMask in turn has been making quite a lot of partnership as well. And it goes back to the founders of PayPal, because I do believe Elon Musk was one of the founders of PayPal. David Marcus was one of the founders of PayPal. And if you look at their history, despite them being creating PayPal, if you fast forward the experience to now, all of them are massive advocates of cryptocurrency and particularly of Bitcoin as well. So to answer your question, Hill, yes, PayPal is definitely aggressively getting into cryptocurrency. It's going to be really interesting to see actually, Hill, how their stablecoin does actually work. Because to be honest, once central bank digital currency kicks in, I really don't understand why would people actually want to use stable coins. And it's going to be really interesting to see how the auditing is actually done. And listen, once Binance goes completely belly up, companies like PayPal can aggressively go ahead and replace China's role or China's dominance, and it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of PayPal is in the cryptocurrency industry. So definitely a brilliant question. That's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about Metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And guys, remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And how the series of episodes on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is, we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.